up, people? It's your friendly neighborhood shooter broadcast. You live from the Union Podcast side. We are at full strength. You know what I'm saying? I am your friendly neighborhood shooter. Dom. To my right, to your left, we got in order. We got Reese, Pac-Man, Isaiah, and Veda. We are here today, baby.
Yes, sir.
They got me holding the mic.
And Pittsburgh won. So I just wanted to start off with that. Just kind of want to start off with that. Pittsburgh won. How'd y'all do?
I couldn't hear you.
Oh, fuck.
Okay.
Trubisky had 160 yards.
Tech diff
pass.
Still had the W.
They beat Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay horrible.
It's the W.
It is.
Tampa Bay gonna go crazy because
The W.
Brady gonna come back and get it.
Nah.
But how about y'all inspired the Giants to go 5?
And one day, motherfucker, snap, huh?
Yeah.
5-1.
They got beat by the
Shout
Bears
out
and
to
they
New
said
York.
we can't get beat by
Shit.
nobody else.
bullshit.
Yeah,
I don't even want to talk about the Bears. I don't even know why Reese got this Bears stuff on.
I love the
Hey,
Bears,
fuck with
man.
his squad.
They play
Crazy.
rookies. They the youngest fucking team in the league. They just exciting
Bears
to watch.
did
It's
good.
like watching a
They did
college
good.
team playing in the NFL.
They did good.
Right
We watching we watched the maturation of our quarterback. He's starting out to make bonehead plays.
Nah, he making them.
Nah,
There's
he's not.
No.
a lot of people that was
Nah.
open. He was throwing some fucking passes.
I never seen nobody throw so many screens from a shotgun. Like, who throws screens from shotguns? Like,
That
that's
motherfucker was
stupid.
in the goddamn. It was a 3rd and 5. That motherfucker threw it downfield. Yeah, that motherfucker wide open for the first.
Hola. What's going on, Veronica?
Who that? Hey, big.
Going on, people?
Who was the first one that chimed in?
You know who it was? It was the esteemed Veronica.
No, I
Yes,
see somebody
yes.
up top. Who was that?
What's
That was
up,
Ron-
Herschel?
Never
How's it
mind.
going?
Yep, that's V. Sorry, V.
What's going on? So
Flat
today
ass.
we talk about colorism, the effect of colorism, right?
Mm.
Getting into a real heavy right now. You know what I'm saying? Who brought this topic up?
That was Pac.
Pat?
Yeah,
Kick it off, man. Kick it off. Talk to us.
yeah. It was me.
I'm black, but I'm gonna talk like I'm light skinned.
Exactly. They're gonna send it to the dark skinned one. They gotta hold his mic in the back and stuff like that. Like, you see, this is colorism. I gotta sit back here. But yeah, I was having a conversation with a friend. Her name's Chanel. Shout out Chanel if you're watching. I know you're gonna come back and look at it, but she dropped a bomb on me, man. It's just like something that really made me think just about the skin I'm in. So we was talking about the conversation of colorisms and how it affects her jobs, how it affects women, and she just looked at me and asked, like, do colorism affect men, especially you being darker skinned men? And I thought for a second. I was like, I don't really affect me at all, to my knowledge. But then I had to think back, like, am I represented enough in media? Am I represented enough in commercial ads? Am I represented enough in movie industries? We went down a list when I had that conversation and before we had this conversation as well. That usually when it's a darker skinned man, they usually they ethnic, they usually African, or they British black. That represent a black man like this. It's usually rare that it's a black American man. But now we want to have this conversation where we kind of delve into that me and black men, and like, do it affect us on the lower levels of anything? Like, am I seen as more aggressive, or or will I be afforded the same opportunities as Reese or Don because they lighter than me? And that's just the conversation that we just had, and we just want to evolve it from there. We want to see what y'all take on that, being black men. Also, we want to talk about women too. Like,
Yeah, I missed the when you said what was her issue?
And
with
not
it?
necessarily only black.
it's not
You have more than just blacks. Does it affect minorities? Colorism.
Yeah, that's minorities itself, but just for her, she's in performance art.
She said you're very aggressive.
I am very aggressive, but she's in performance art. So the conversation with her is that for women, that darker skinned women in the performance art arena are treated differently than a fair skinned woman, or a woman that's kind of like caramel, or kind of in the middle of that type of spectrum.
Okay.
So I don't want to steal her thunder, because she said she want to have that conversation with a podcast or anything like that.
Okay.
But I'm a parent to aware of those conversations about colorism. We all know about the doll test from the the 70s and 80s, right?
No.
You never heard of the doll test?
I think
Yeah.
I've seen like a video of it or something like that. How they gravitated towards which color dog.
The white
Yeah.
white dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we think of those things, and
You said back in the when?
about 70s and 80s.
It was only white dogs, right?
Yeah, but they still made it like, and I believe in representation for everything. And I think if you go out there, that's we're going to segue into mental health, but I think it's a really good conversation to have, like certain branches that come off of mental health, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That affects you. Like if you see 3 types of dolls and you believe in your mind that this lighter skinned doll will be afforded more opportunity than you.
Wow.
And that's kind of wild to me. And I had to sit back and think. I thought about that for an entire week. And when I brought it up, it's like something I want to talk about with you guys. Like, do you think we are affected by colorism? Because I told her, I'm like, man, if me and Reese was in the same room, I wouldn't feel that.
Right.
And we friends, but even if we were strangers, I wouldn't feel that he would give the most opportunity than I would, or he would be affected by anything else because of his color of his skin.
Yeah, and I feel the same way. I don't feel like being light skinned. I don't know if it does or not, but I didn't feel like it, gives you an advantage. You know what I'm saying? If we was in the same room, I don't feel like, oh, he's dark skinned, I'm light skinned, I got a better chance, if this man does. I've always looked at it like I was black, and you black. It's the same thing. We just different colors, different shades of skin, you know what I'm saying, but the same ethnicity. So
but yeah, when Vader talked about it, and he said, man, when we look at the TV shows, the darker skinned men are more aggressive. They are the gang bangers. They invoking fear more so than anybody else.
Yeah, and looking at it, I'm thinking about all just movies and things like that. Yes, I can kind of see that.
But V was just saying that the study needs to be redone, and I agree, but I don't know if it's going to be that much of a change. And I have a different aspect of just like colorism. The way people portray it, I don't know if this is really going to be the same. Like women sometimes want the fair skinned guy with the good hair, you know what I'm saying, over maybe a dark skinned guy, or then sometimes it flips and they like dark skinned guys, and then the light skinned guys are just too yellow for them or something of that nature. Guys like red bones and things of that nature over a dark skin, you know what I'm saying, darker chick or whatever the case may be. So sometimes it's even in just that realm of things that we don't take as, you know what I'm saying, as I guess colorism or things of that nature, but that our preference. Why is it a preference and not necessarily strictly based on
the person?
Yeah, not so much the person, maybe the connection, but the red bone, we all probably be, you know what I'm saying, looking out the window, double back, you know what I'm saying, whatever the case may be, unless the one chick is like shaped up or something like that. But off back, we're gonna take a double look at the red bone, you know what I'm saying, it's that nature. But yeah, that's what I was going with it.
I think it's more so social conditioning too. We can go all the way back to slave, had a fair slavery, where the fair skin always fare better than the darker skin. That dynamic is never gonna change when we just talking about black people. And
is there colorism in other races, you think?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I think Veronica probably can talk to me about this. When in a Latina X community, they want to be lighter and whitewashed. They want to get closer to being, white than anything versus the ethnicity.
Right.
So it's apparent. Sometimes it can be a little bit more subvert than anything. You're not, when you go in there, you can see this person is a little bit more palatable, to put it as a front facing person. Would you think like, hey, it's because of her color, or it's because her personality is much better in this space, or him? Sometimes we don't think about that. If you also think about it from men, we don't think about it like that. So that's why I never really thought about it until we had that conversation.
Right.
But
do you guys think it only comes into play when other races are involved? Like, say, if you grew up in the suburbs and you go to a predominantly white school, is that the only time it comes into play?
No,
because I never really. Yes. We all agree that we never really thought about it, right?
I mean,
I think it is.
I had a similar experience, like working at Jewel. It was, I wanted to be a cashier, but it was like, nah, we want more women, and it was like more so the women that was in front were more on the fair end of the skin. So it was just like, it throw you off, but you learn early, like
to a light skinned woman.
Yeah, I got passed up by a light skin boy.
Remember, you want to OnlyFans with his feet. So
Come on, man.
with everything.
So many comments when we get out of the control, man.
Hit the comments. Hit the comments.
Let's go back up.
Yeah, we was at V. I think V was the first one that we depends on something about line of work or something like that. Oh yeah, that's it right there.
Yep.
It all depends.
So Veronica from Facebook says that I think it also depends on the line of work for men of color.
Yeah, exactly what
it might be. It might be.
Yeah, I'm a guy in corporate America, so it's possibly like they filter us in. We like most of the, if I look at our corporate structure and more people that's in a position of power, they more clean cut, don't have beards and everything like that. And if I have a beard and stuff like that, that means I'm probably perceived a different type of way.
Especially as a dark skin.
Yeah, as a dark skinned person. Or if I'm going out for this particular position, it's just like, man, you got to represent this particular corporate space. What are you going to do to represent it? So it's just like, man, yeah, it depends on different things, and you being that front facing person for that job, it does matter.
Yeah. Right. All right, we got what Q next.
So Q from Facebook says, definitely as a dark skinned woman, I've been looked over next to a lighter skinned woman. Yeah. You know what? And that was what I was gonna bring up, is that I think back in our youth, I had more of a colorism effect. You know what I mean? Like at first you kind of wanted the light skin, long hair, you know what I mean? But then as you grow up, you kind of like what you like, you know what I'm saying? And I think whether lighter or darker, it was always like, yo, I like you. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it made a difference as I got older. So like when you brought it up, I was like, damn, do I do that?
Yeah, it's things we don't think about.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah. I don't think it's nothing that we sit down and say, oh, this person is better than this person. It's just we've been trained and conditioned to think a certain way, or approach stuff a certain way. You know what I'm saying? So we always been approached that it went from, white women were beautiful with blonde hair, things of that nature. And then when society started saying that you have to include blacks, they started including fair skinned blacks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Was it pretty women and things of that nature
Racially ambiguous.
Yeah, and I think that even went through like even with families, you know what I'm saying? Like you have dark skinned little girls versus light skinned little girls, being favored, light skinned girls being favored more in the family.
Oh yeah.
Where they looked at it as, okay, we have to make sure that they're pretty and and well put together, and then you get a dark skinned little girl who nobody, that she's just left out there to fend for herself, basically.
That was the narrative in Brooklyn.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
We kind of missed your input last week with the having girls. You know what I'm saying? So.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, I definitely would want to touch on that.
Do you see it?
Veronica from Facebook says, I have seen colorism in my own family, but growing up, I didn't know that was what it was.
Oh,
so
yeah. I mean, I have a daughter too. So I mean, usually when you have like girls in their family and stuff like that, and my kid is on the dark end of the spectrum, I have to reinforce her what the standard of beauty is, especially when she's in the world she's in with pageantry, fashion, modeling, and everything like that. So you have to reinforce them that, like, man, your skin color is your skin color. You can't change it. If you try to change it, you're gonna adversely affect your health. But you do also have to let them know, like, man, some people are gonna look down on you because you're a dark-skinned little girl with light brown eyes.
Now that's an interesting point, because Jasmine from Facebook also says, as being a light skin in my family, we were always labeled as fast.
Oh, that is true.
I don't have girls.
See, we guys. So it's really big in
Miss Flores comment. What was that?
So I'm Mexican and Cuban. On my Mexican side, I'm black, and my family look at me as an outsider. On my mom's side, they see me differently because I'm lighter and have light eyes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in the Latinx community, they still deal with it too.
Yeah. They
now.
So is
she Latinx?
Is that,
are you Latinx, Miss Flores? We just want to make sure. Do you identify as Latinx?
So is that an ethnicity thing or ethnicity thing, or is it a color thing? You know what I'm saying? Because she was saying that on one side of the family, which is obviously going to be one side's going to be Cuban, one side's going to be Mexican. Is it a I don't want to say racial thing, but is it a
Colorism.
ethnicity thing rather than a colorism thing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think for her, and I don't want to speak for her, but I think it is a
I'm
colorism
asking
thing.
her.
Yeah, I want to
I'm
speak, but I think it is because Cubans are more so Afrocentric, and they tend to be a little bit darker, and they tend to have the kinkier hair versus a Mexican, depending on what area they're from. They can be from the Spaniard side and everything like that. So generally, a lot of these races, even blacks, want their race to be diluted. You know what I'm saying? You know, heard so many people you talk to, they were saying like, man, I even talking to a girl, and she said she was dating this guy, and he told her flat out that he want to date a white woman because he want his kids to have, long flowing hair or non-kicking hair and light eyes. Like, man, that's just wild.
Damn.
And that's just something that's pushing the thing of colorism forward. And I mean, that may happen to a lot of people. A lot of guys out here probably feel like that.
I think I honestly think that's where the world is going to. Like, if you think about it, with
everybody with mixed race, baby,
they're going with the mixed races. Like, that's going to be like the new breed of humans now. Yeah.
What Veronica say, V?
And you talked about Isaiah. Isaiah said that last show.
What?
That he's thinking that it was going towards mixed race.
Oh, for real? Yeah, I'm serious.
You said, you think that's what it's gonna be? Yeah, you said it, Reese.
Yeah.
I said that last one. No.
Yeah,
I think so too. I think one of the things. I think one of the things that we talk about mixed race, and that's the only way we're gonna have racial harmony anyway. If we just interracial relations and stuff like that. That's why I like white people up in arms. That they are decreasing in population because a lot of people are intermingling.
You think that's the thing is that if we make it all one, that'll eliminate racism.
If we make all
it's a big blow to racism. I don't think it's a eliminate racism. I mean, it's a big blow.
The biggest blow to racism is to not be racist.
How you gonna do that? That's
you don't have
to be racist.
You don't have to dislike me because of my skin.
You're never going to be able to make someone not racist.
No, I know that, but what I'm saying, that'll be the biggest blow because you shouldn't have to like me or dislike me because of the skin I'm in, but who I am. But it doesn't have to take me having a baby with a white woman for you to be like, okay, he's okay now.
But that's the issue. But the best way to do it is for us to stand up and love each other more. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And that's what I'm saying.
That will push it, to where, we'll basically we'll never be able to get rid of racism, you know what I'm saying? But at least we'll have that step above, by joining each other.
Gotta go back to Flores. Down
one. So if you
read it out.
Which one?
Flores said there's this thing in the Latinx community, especially in Caribbean countries or other countries where there have been African influence, where they talk about advancing the race. Yeah,
that's true.
Mm-hmm. But advancing as far as like whitewashing.
Yeah, but that's what they did. Like
no, because Africans and intermingling with the Caribbeans who are darker skin anyway, so you don't keep that bloodline going.
Oh, okay. Targaryen style.
Exactly. Not all the incest.
Yeah.
Okay. We're not promoting incest.
As being a light skin in my family,
chewing tobacco,
we were always labeled as fast. Okay.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Let's see. Let's get right here. It's a very common. Veronica, it's very common in the Latino community. Didn't know that. Did not know that, V. Did not know that.
Nah. And then he said a cute size Afro Latino.
Flores from Facebook. Veronica, Facebook. Every Spanish-speaking country except for Spain has African influence.
Exactly. 100% agree.
Spain has African influence too. It does. The Moors, they was ruling Spain for a little while. For like I think 300 generations.
Well, I'm sure everything has.
Longer than a little while.
I mean, it's impossible not to have African influence if civilization started in a certain place. But I mean, I think it's dominated by more Europeans, Spanish people than it is Afro Spanish people, and I think that's what she was referring to.
Jasmine from Facebook. Colorism affect every culture, even European cultures suffer from colorism differentiation. It is in the analog of black being dirty and white being clean. That is true.
That is true.
They still do that in art. Unfortunately, many people look at skin tones as the same analogy.
Yeah, that is true.
This is the crazy part. This I actually a professor told me this back in college. He was explaining that the color black, not us, but just like the actual color is not an actual color. It's just the absence of color. And I was like, yo, that's I kind of like it a little bit, but then again, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because is it not a color?
No, yeah, because black is considered a void. Like light can go in and out of it.
Which is true.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what
true.
I'm saying? But I was just like, I never thought that the color, like the crayon, the color black isn't a color. It's just the absence of color.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, am I getting an A in this class?
Thank you, please, because I liked it. Give me an A, please.
I mean, I get it, but
I don't necessarily agree with it.
I don't really.
You can agree with it. It's just he's just talking about color.
No, I
talking
no,
about.
I know you're not talking about like
humans,
humans, but it's just like, okay.
Jasmine from Facebook, Jasmine Williams. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Says colorism is big. I got accused of cheating because my child was born light as me. He looked at my first child who is darker and assumed because he was dark, my child with him would be as well.
He don't know science.
Yeah, you get that all the time.
Tell the stupid ass guy.
I have my wife is dark skinned and I'm light skinned, and we got it. Basically a mixed breed of colors where you have some of them light skinned, some of them, brown skinned. So
he wasn't light skinned, he was just absent of color.
Exactly.
Colorism is big.
Veronica again, Facebook, no meaning in Spain, the only ethnicity that is considered white. Maybe I should have worded that better.
No meaning in Spain. And the only ethnicity that is considered.
I thought black and white was both colors. So thanks for clearing that up for me, V. I definitely thought that was.
Yeah, they opposite ends of the spectrum. Which you can't correct the color white.
And I understand that from a photography standpoint because you can't see anything if you don't have any light. You know what I'm saying? And then if it's dark, I mean, you can actually use the shadows as art. You know what I'm saying, to create a mood. But that's a whole nother thing. But when he said it, it was just like. I kind of agree, but then again, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because it was a valid point, but they still put the black crayon in the box. So
yeah,
it's not like they were like got a space like this is the
absence of color.
So you missing that one.
Keep reading.
Both skin, brown eyes, and their son has blue eyes. No, she did not cheat.
Genetics.
Or did she?
Did she? My grandma had sandy red hair, and my daughter has sandy red hair.
So have we?
It's genetics.
Have we experienced colorism now at 40?
You talking 30? About us as men?
Yeah.
I think if we did, we didn't recognize it.
Yeah,
we always experienced. I don't think we did. We just didn't pay attention to it. We don't pay attention to it now because we're interested in different things than we did.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when people say colorism or have that conversation, maybe it, opens up our ears a little bit more than what it was when we were 16 and whatnot.
I think also how we define it, because I was telling y'all the story about I was in Nordstrom's in Deerfield, and I was in a full suit, and loss prevention was following me around the store.
Yeah, bro. It doesn't help us at all.
No.
Yeah.
Suit, no suit.
It doesn't.
You can walk around with a wad of money like this, and they still
gonna follow.
Yeah, that don't help us at all.
Yeah, so you thinking about the guy.
Think so though.
Yeah, you think so. That is he versed it? Well, he's not versed, but he's down into a segment of colorism where he unknowingly is following this guideline. Maybe he's darker, maybe he's more inclined to steal, maybe he's more inclined to cause trouble, and I think this is really how we define it, honestly.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't determine that from
are we
something like that, because
are we even uncomfortable?
Shit, I've been followed around too in stores, you know what I'm saying? So
like, are we uncomfortable around in those situations? You're in Deerfield and you in
of course.
Are we uncomfortable? Right.
Yeah.
So
what it is?
Hold on. Does it do we give off a certain something that we don't notice that we give off, right? Because it's black people in Deerfield that go to the mall, things of that nature. That's probably doesn't get, you know what I'm saying, profile like that.
Because they hold
a
white woman hand.
Maybe because they hold a white woman hand. Maybe because they wear it with dress.
Under Armour
maybe
hats.
because they've seen them a couple times, or just maybe because it's a new face.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's this much of a population though. You know what I'm saying? So when I see somebody that I know I ain't never seen this mall before, moseying around, things of that nature,
watch him.
it's time to, it's easy for us to be singled out when it's a group of people with certain color.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And do we do that within our own? Like in our own communities.
Yeah.
I
think we did it before. We was talking about the dating, like we preference lighter skinned women.
I'm saying like even just watching out, like if you see, just say you are a manager, right?
Yeah.
A retail store, and you see the African American come in the store. You know what I'm saying? Are you prone more to watch them than a white man?
Actually, not for me. No, because my mindset is, man, I don't want to judge anybody. I don't want to live by stereotypes. So, you innocent until you're guilty with me, and I never had those incidents where, they stole from me. And then I don't live in the guys where, white people don't steal at all, because I don't see white people steal, but I never said in my mind, like, I'm going to watch him because he's hood or because he's dark skinned, because he's black, because I don't want to be portrayed that way. So speaking for me personally, I try to, stay away from that. And you can attest to that because you work with me.
Is it really colorism though? Because when you're in those stores and you said that, well, I said it when I was managing, I would probably watch a not dark skinned, but a black person. Right, you know what I'm saying? Over a white guy that walked into the store. Is it because black people stole from me and white people had it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not really
colorism.
Because
a lot of times
is it by numbers though?
Ones coming in here stealing too.
Is it by numbers?
But
is it because of by numbers? Like, let's say your store you manage in, like 90%.
Not to say
black.
that the white person didn't steal. Hold on, back. I didn't want to cut you off, but you didn't. You don't notice, but you'll notice, like, because you're watching the black dude, you'll notice if he took a cleaner or you know what I'm saying, something like that. So it's hard to say. Obviously, it's not hard to say because white people steal too, and they probably did steal from you. You know what I'm saying? Right. But the fact that you noticed it and caught this, this
and
person,
I'm with you.
This black person.
Remember, I worked at Mariano's on 39th and King Drive. So, you know what I'm saying? Most of the people that were stealing were black.
Predominantly black.
They were African American. That's just what it was.
Jasmine Jackson says she's watching all the Jeffries. So
I don't blame you.
Ted's walking the store like, hey.
And then Q from Facebook also said Deerfield Mall is too big to notice a few new faces.
Yeah,
kinda, But I mean, if you're in a certain department store, because you was in Nordstrom, correct?
Yeah.
And you I don't know, maybe.
The trick, y'all, if y'all see loss prevention, y'all should follow loss prevention. You just get uncomfortable. I was following him around the store, like
he started looking at shoes and shit. Some nice hugs.
And you know what? That Veronica from Facebook says it's always reported. They never report anything good in the black and brown communities. I said that a while back, that when you look at the news, they're gonna always start with like the most wildest. It was a speed police chase, 4 black males, this, that, and the third, and then they're gonna end with the dog that can do algebra. And it's like, bro, I want to know about the dog that can do algebra.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's crazy.
We know what's going on in our communities, goddamn.
Right.
Yeah, it's crazy that a guy was robbed in my vestibule at the ATM. It was like so casual. Like we were looking at this guy. He get robbed. So he comes in to make a report, right? Mm-hmm. So you sit down and wait for the police to come. The first thing the police actually like, was he black? We in a fucking predominantly Jewish and Middle Eastern neighborhood, and first thing he asked, was the guy black? That was just that was mind blowing to me.
Shit. What was it? When looting and rioting was big after the what was it? George Floyd.
Yeah, protesting.
And it was like it wasn't big and it didn't hit the news until it started happening downtown. It was like, oh, now it's worth talking about. But when it was in our community, when it was happening on what is that, Madison and Pulaski, it wasn't so big, but now it's happening in downtown areas, Mag Mile and stuff. It's like, oh, now it's real. So
yeah, but
like,
that doesn't it affects the city economy, tearing down downtown rather than tearing down 87th Street.
Yeah,
so
but
that's not
still,
the same.
it's the same because it's still hurting. It's hurting individuals' business, not Gucci.
Yeah,
We ain't worried
sure.
about Gucci.
For
You know
sure.
what I mean? So it's like, what about my mom and pop store? You know what I mean? This don't. You know what I mean? This affects a whole community.
Yeah, for sure.
This affects a community way more than a Gucci store, than a Louis Vuitton store. It's like, oh, but
well, the thing about it is, the Louis and the Gucci store is not our community.
But that's what I'm saying. It's
So
like
we tearing down our own community,
and that's why I'm saying the colorism plays a bigger part in it. It's like you're not worried about what's going on. Oh, this happened in your neighborhood every day. We're not worried about that. You're used to this. You know what to do.
Oh, well, yeah, I can see that.
That piggybacks off of what Veronica was saying, that black is negativity, white is pure, things of that nature. And I mean, what do we think about that?
When that definition makes me think about some Malcolm X. Remember, he was in jail and he made him read all those definitions. And that's man, that was just wild, man.
It was,
and she right.
Yeah, I don't know.
I agree.
She said, "I don't care what color you are. If I see you stealing food and things for your kids, I'm helping you out." Me too.
I feel
you're stealing it for your family. Let me get these.
Put it in my purse.
Ain't no
put it in my bag.
I think that's just something we do. Shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you see somebody in need, like in our communities, you know what I'm saying, you gonna help them out. Shit, no matter what it is. That's just, I don't know if that's just how we were bred or.
It comes from a place of
just because we can relate to it.
Yeah. That's not true though.
What's not true?
We help in any aspect. No, we help.
We help
with criminal aspect.
No.
Stealing.
If you see somebody
stealing some
for your child,
for their child, yeah. But how often you gonna go in the store and buy somebody some diapers?
No, I'm talking about for the. I do it. I've done it plenty of times.
Yeah, I did that.
I've done it plenty of times. I've done it. I worked at 39th on 39th and King Drive. People came in there and stole all the time, and the things that they tried to steal, I would buy that for them. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt like maybe they was in need. If you got your child with you and you're trying to steal diapers, I'll buy the diapers for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But we talking about in general as a community. That's what we, not Maurice or Antonio. We're talking about as a black person as community. If a person was stealing and they say, "Hey, watch out! Let me know if somebody coming," that person be more inclined to sitting there and watching and helping.
Say, wait, what? I'm stealing one child. That's different.
No, no, it's not.
That's a criminal.
If you walk, exactly. That's what I just said. They're more inclined to help somebody do a criminal activity rather than reaching in their own pocket and helping somebody buy whatever.
So you're saying that they'll watch out for the person that's stealing.
Exactly.
Oh, I got you.
Versus buy.
Versus helping the person buy it, they would, help criminally.
Jasmine says, "How often do you know who they're stealing for?"
Never.
Oh, you never know. You never know.
Never know.
You ain't gonna say you never know, but
you never know.
Who broke down and said, "Yeah, I got no diapers. I'm stealing this from my 1-year-old." And you be like, "I'm gonna buy it."
People do it, man.
Yeah, I mean, you just assuming the hack, right?
I'm not assuming. I'm saying people have done it. Like
they told you?
Yes.
Yeah, I've been to like, man, it's been times you don't need to steal it. I buy that for you. I buy them jeans for you.
Yep.
I'm not asking them joints.
Even in Veronica, what was it? Based on the item stealing, even then it's like, what was that? We had the baby formula crisis.
Oh yeah, they were stealing this.
You know what I mean? Just to make a sale on it. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, dang, y'all stealing baby formula to double tax somebody?
Yeah, to resell it.
It's real. You can resell anything now,
especially on StockX.
baby formula on StockX.
Size 10.
I'm with you on that. It said based on the item they stealing. I help somebody with food, and that's about it. I ain't help. Well, I never been approached. I never seen nobody stealing no baby diapers or nothing like that. So I can't see. But somebody stealing some shoes, some clothes, you're on your own, buddy.
Yeah,
I'm not often. Well,
I ain't buying no pants. I ain't doing none of that.
I bought some clothes for people that didn't have it, but
I don't know how they don't have it. When you get free clothes out them little boxes all day long.
Yeah, but I mean, still,
People be beneath that. They think that, you know what I mean? They want to live above their means. You want to live in the now, which is
Nah,
what
I'm
everybody else
talking
got.
about people that's really in need. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
people
saying?
need-
Those be people that
Clothes
be really
is
in need.
a
But
need.
they,
If you gonna risk your
they need it
freedom
to be
for stealing
Gucci.
some pants, I would think that you probably should be in need.
I mean,
some people just do it.
if you're in
Some
need,
people
you're
just
not
do
gonna
it for the
steal
hustle.
no J's. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna steal some shoes,
Right.
whatever shoes you can get. You know what I mean? You're not gonna steal like
Yeah,
some
he's right.
Yeezys.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think I've
No,
ever
it's
been.
somebody that steal the people that steal the J's is because they want them J's.
They want
Yeah,
them
they're trying to resell it.
I
for
don't
sure.
think I've been in a space where it's often somebody stealing something and I pay for it, but it's just like, man, it's been a million times that somebody don't have enough for what they need to buy. I don't like seeing nobody putting stuff back.
Now, I keep it playing with you. I will definitely buy somebody something to eat.
Yeah,
Like,
some
if
eat
I'm in the
groceries.
drive through and they like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Can I get something to eat? Hey, what you want?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
pay it for it. Me and my boy Eric and Preston, we used to do the pay it for it.
That actually happened to me before, Pac.
The pay it for it.
Me and Simone
Somebody
was
bought you
inside
some
of
shit?
me and Simone was inside of the Chinese place, the restaurant on the 87th in the mall right there, right where the driveway at. You know, on one side is the Chinese shop, and then the other side was like the Verizon wireless cell phone place where the light at when you coming into the mall.
Yeah.
Anyways, we was in there ordering our food or whatnot, and we thought they took debit, and they didn't. So we were like, damn, I'm gonna run over here to Jules get the thing. The guy was behind us. He was like, here. He gave us the $30. He was like, just make sure y'all do it for the next person. You know what I'm saying?
That was outside.
Yeah.
Probably was outside at that point, But
Why you had to ruin that moment like that?
as long as it works for me, I'm good.
Lady said, "Shit,
I got to eat straight. You're like, fuck that, I got to eat.
I'm straight. I'm full. I got full off that nigga money.
Lady said the light bill. They don't take debit either. Goddamn. Help me out.
You know?
You're like, you pay my mortgage too?
They don't take debit.
They don't take debit. But
What was the segue you had for this one?
I mean, we can segue into mental health. That's something that we want to talk about, and how I think this colorism is a branch of mental health. Everything is a
branch of mental
health.
Absolutely.
And we can talk about it as general as we possibly can. We could talk about it as a nuanced conversation. I just want you to know, like, take care of yourself. Who is your health? You go out. The ladies, y'all go out and y'all get your feet and nails done. Go out there and get your minds right too, because mental health is, man, it's not tangible. So people don't know how to describe it. No, people don't know how to talk about it. People don't know what it means. And I don't, over the last few months, I've been talking to people that think it's just something that, like a light switch that you can turn on and off. But
what's that?
What?
That light switch you can turn off and on. What you talking about?
Like mental health. Like I literally was talking to a guy, and I was talking to a guy, one of my clients, a guy, his sister, and the sister was telling me about her daughter was going through like this really high anxiety and stuff like that. She couldn't, the conversation she was having in her head was becoming really effective. He's like, all she had to do is stop thinking about it. I'm like, what? And I'll tell people, like, mental health is those conversations you have with yourself, because that's the biggest thing that drives you. You having conversations with yourself all day. I know I do. I know I do.
I do, but I always thought it was a problem.
Yeah. Why you think it's a problem?
It's only a
I always
problem.
thought it was a
man.
problem.
I'm talking to myself.
It's not talking to yourself. You having these conversations with yourself.
I think it's a problem if you start kicking your own ass because of a conversation you had with yourself.
Man, it happens. But sometimes it's not as big as people think. People think that mental health is just you being bipolar, or you on a spectrum of autism, or you on the spectrum of these having these extreme personality disorders, and it's not.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Jasmine, we gotta get to that one. Hold on, Jazz. We got Veronica chimed in first. Somebody take that one.
Jasmine, I've hit some of my all-time lows and was able to rise again. So because of that, I would rather turn away helping others.
I would never turn away.
I would never turn away helping others. I actually love helping people. We like that, V.
It's not too bad.
I do too, man. I love helping people.
Me too, man.
Hey, V's helping us by always chiming in.
I'm learning to become a better person.
I say
People, he's admitting that he's trash bag.
I'm learning to become a better person. I mean, it's how you perceive a certain situation, right? And I don't think that like food. I would help with food. I don't think that it should be a gift to eat, bro. You have to eat to live, right? But you don't have to wear pants to live. You don't have to do any of the other stuff. So food is something that I see it's a necessity that you have to have.
What you mean by pants? You don't
like
I
don't wear, you can wear the same pair of pants. I don't just because you got a hole in your shoe, that don't mean I'm not helping buy no shoes. You can still wear your shoes,
but you got shoes that you don't wear that you can just be like,
still nonetheless. If I have the shoes,
coats and shit that just been
sitting
in my trunk.
I have cleared out my bag and saw somebody on the street. Somebody used to like wash my car when I was over in Lake Meadows and things of that nature, and gave them stuff away. I give them stuff away to the church now as we speak.
So you do help others,
right? And that's but I'm just saying, as far as like at that moment is what I'm saying. Right. Like if you seen the person in need at that moment, if you're not looking for something that you have to have, right, then I don't. I don't take it as serious as probably maybe I should.
Right.
Yeah, that I think I have a different take on that because I've been investing in a lot of like high school students that didn't have nothing and wanted to look a little trendy. I don't bought prom suits, prom dresses. These that they only gonna wear one nights and stuff like that. And it's investing in them, not gain lifelong, thankful kids from them. So it's just nothing.
Kids, ain't man, motherfucking.
Yeah, I just high five.
I did.
Go ahead with
take
Jasmine Jackson says, "What does mental health look like as far as on a man's spectrum? Is it something that you talk about openly? Do you feel like you all have safe spaces? How can those around you create safe spaces?"
Oh, that's a long conversation.
Okay,
this is great. And
let's break it down. Now, apologies to everybody to just chime in because we finna take a second to answer that in each part, right? So, Veda, take the first part of the question.
What does it look like for us? It's really kind of hard to explain. For me, I always been the person that kind of like denied it, right? Or like it didn't exist, wasn't really open to like expressing myself or even admitting that something was wrong. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of just like kept it to myself. Until recently, we went out for Pac-Man birthday. We was at the Oyster House, and he was explaining his situation and whatever. And I kind of was like, yeah, that's cool or something, but I just really ain't in it. I can kind of like deal with things by myself, you know what I'm saying, rather than like go get help or whatever the case may be. But then kind of after that, just thinking about it, like, okay, well, I know somebody that actually, you know what I'm saying, that got help, or, you know what I'm saying, whatever you want to call it. And so it started making me look at things a little bit differently about my mental health and what all it entailed, and not just necessarily something that I, surface stuff and deep stuff, right? It made me start looking at things like, whoa, like maybe this is kind of like some triggers that, that I deal with, that kind of make me the way I am, or do the things that I do, lash out the way I do, shut down the way I do, that I never really kind of paid attention to.
Yeah.
So in that aspect, I don't know if that's like for all men, but it works for this man. That's how,
no, she was just trying to, get a insight. You know what I mean? I'll take the second one. Is that something that you talk about openly? Tell you the truth, Jasmine, we didn't talk about vulnerable things with each other. We've been knowing each other, I don't want to say
over
20 years, over 20 years.
20 years.
And a 17-year-old us would talk about whatever wouldn't get us talked about. You know what I'm saying? But now a 40-year-old us, we can actually talk about things and feel safe with each other with that information. You know what I mean? Because we're not trying to one up somebody. So is it something we talk about now? Absolutely. You know what I mean? Because you never know, somebody may have like a better way to look at it, a different outlook on it. So yeah, it's definitely something.
I want to chime in on your answer though. Is like, do we notice how much time we had to hold on to certain things that we couldn't talk to from 17 to 40?
Yeah,
that's a long time.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like how long it took us to evolve. So you got to think about how the rest of the men in the world, you know what I'm saying, we always had each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But how long did it take us to evolve to get to where we can explain pretty much anything to each other rather than worried about the backlash,
the ridicule,
the ridicule that we was gonna get. So that's when we talking 20 years of just holding in pain, information,
trauma,
everything, you know what I'm saying, to get to this point. And that becomes a troubled man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
yeah, man.
Actually, I want to add a caveat to that question too.
Well, I was gonna give you the safe space one, so but
that's cool. But I'm just saying, like, I want people to realize out there that trauma is not the biggest thing for mental health. It's not always the catalyst for mental health. It could be several small things too. So don't think you have to go through traumatic experiences to have those conversations about mental health or know what space you're actually in. So don't always lean into that. All right. Or if you never had it, I always told somebody, I'm like, man, I didn't have the best childhood, but I had a great childhood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I grew up poor, but I had friends, and that was my wealth. You know,
that was wicked, right?
It
like
was wicked,
when you're an adult looking back from adult eyes on how you came up, you don't see it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like as a kid, we had fun like a motherfucker, bro.
Yeah, every day.
Like every day we was outside kids, bro. Like we
Smelling
had
like
fun. You know what I'm saying? And but from an adult eyes, you go into where we grew up, you be like,
but those were a lot of that fun, that we had were masks. You know what I'm saying? Like we had masks on, man. There was a lot of things that you dealt with in your household or even seen.
Yeah.
Oh,
that
for
fucked
sure.
You up.
Yeah.
You never spoke on it. You know what I'm saying? You just went outside and played ball.
You know what it was? We learned at a early age to internalize and compartmentalize those feelings and those those transgressions.
And they ain't learned. That's what it was. Like it was that's not something that was spoke about. Anything that was wrong with your mental health was considered
crazy.
Exactly.
You
know what I'm saying? You even see we saw
crazy.
Even when we saw people on the street, everybody thought, oh, a homeless man that, oh, he on drugs.
Yeah.
That's the first thing you see. Nobody ever talked about, them being mental ill.
Yeah.
How to get that.
Take the last part of it.
Yeah.
Take the last part.
I know we got
safe space.
to safe space, but that was a good segue into the safe space. And talking about us as being kids is like we didn't know how to talk about it. We didn't know where to go to talk about it.
Really, right?
Yeah, you wasn't going, because it wasn't something that was tangible that you see.
I wouldn't say allowed, right? It's always been allowed.
It was
right?
a lot of things that you couldn't speak on. You know what I'm saying?
No. Well, you could speak on it, Reese. We just chose not to speak on it. Right?
I don't think so.
Yes, there was nobody.
Always been.
There was nobody holding you back.
No, I'm gonna challenge that because, like, think about it. If we come in, we had those particular moments. Like, how can we advise each other coming out those little dark spaces? You know what I'm saying? How?
No, I didn't say we was gonna get good advice. We just saying like by having that conversation. Could we have had that conversation with
physically?
Each other?
Yes.
Right. Mm-hmm. We just chose not to because
the embarrassment.
No, and personally, we just didn't see a way
to solve
that could be solved. Mm-hmm. But it's no telling what I was going through. Reese wasn't going through. I wouldn't know.
Right.
He kept his business to himself. I kept my business to myself.
I'm not mostly talking about with each other. I'm talking because not to say that we couldn't help each other. You know what I'm saying? But we didn't have the experience. To me, we didn't have the experience to help each other. Could you have went to an adult? Can you go to an adult and talk about something that you've seen or something that you're going through and feel like that you were going to have a safe space?
Hell no, my grandparents sharecroppers.
Oh yeah, no, I mean
they were sharecroppers.
I'm not talking about each other, B. I'm talking about just
I don't know.
Hey, give me no other.
It's hard for me to say before I say no.
But I think right now as men, do we have safe spaces? I think
I go to my mom pretty much about a lot of things.
Yeah, it's now. I mean, you have safe spaces. You have space, like you have your wife.
Yeah,
even as kids though.
Yeah, but I'm talking about this now. Do we have safe spaces? Like, yeah,
absolutely. I mean, I think nowadays you tend to.
And my therapist.
I still
that feel part, like I actually would like to see a therapist. You know what I'm saying? But being now that you kind of understand that, like you said, those triggers and, I didn't realize that's what it was. And it just go back to a conversation the wife had with me. She was saying that she grew up off love. I grew up off survival. And that like resonated with me so heavy because I'm just like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it was like, it was all I knew. And I thought that shit was normal. You know what I mean? So it's like now when you parent, you try not to yell because that's what our parents did, but that shit didn't work. You know what I'm saying? So now you try to not give them mental health issues by always pointing out the negative, but you kind of want to point out the positive too. So it's, as you I think each generation learns something from the last generation that they didn't like, and then they try to just do better or do differently. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think it's also important now since the pandemic. Like they put it on the forefront, like, because we was in spaces where we had to think, and we had those conversations, and it was like, what the fuck wrong with me? Like, it's just,
we got comments.
Yeah, we got a lot about.
We didn't finish our
Jasmine just hit us with a great one.
Thank you, Jasmine.
Last one. I think you want to take the last one. Reese.
What's that? How can those around you create a safe space? Create safe spaces?
Yeah.
Just be a listener here, man. Like, non-judgmental. It always helped to comment off experience, or not so much to where you talk about more about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've spoken to people to where if I come up with something that that's bothering me, then they'll go into a whole story about themselves, and I'll be like, damn, I really didn't even get a chance to. I didn't tell you what's going on, but okay, keep going. Yeah. So I'm being your therapist now, right? Yeah. I thought I was the motherfucker laying on the couch.
But that, what's crazy though is that lets you know that like everybody, you know what I'm saying? Everybody needs a safe space, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because
but that's the problem.
He took it as his chance.
Yeah.
You know, or that person took it as their chance.
Exactly.
Yeah, people use you as so much as the safe space. You know what I'm saying? So who do you go to? You know what I'm saying? Who is going to create that for you?
And ladies, do not weaponize being vulnerable.
Yes, man.
Do not weaponize that. Because if I get to a point,
I say that go both ways. People don't.
Yeah, people do.
weaponize,
Yeah,
you know
people
what I'm
don't. But usually, hurt people.
Facts.
So when you get into these arguments with women, they utilize those things to kind of get a little below their belt, because you can hurt a woman more emotionally.
All right, we're gonna be on the lookout for the new comment for that one, because I know y'all gonna have something to say. So.
Right, they're gonna tell about their last relationship. He told me that I was a crackhead.
But let's try to catch up. She said, well, for my family, mental health was always considered a luxury disease. Wow.
Damn.
This is what my mom would say until it hit home.
Yeah.
A luxury disease.
Therapy costs a lot of money.
That it does.
It costs a lot of money. Not now.
I'm just thinking, that, motherfucker, I can't afford for you to be crazy right now. Go to school.
Exactly.
Right. Ms. Flores says,
didn't people like do that?
From,
Didn't people like get their kids checks and stuff like that?
The SSI checks.
SSI checks.
Yeah.
I think that's more so for disability and shit like that.
No, that was because he was crazy.
He's mentally disabled. Look at the SSI check.
I don't know what's wrong with him, but I'm gonna beat his ass when I get back home. Maybe that's gonna work.
That's bad thing.
I'm gonna beat the sense into your ass.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep or get your ass whooped. That's a choice for your ass. That's why we all crazy out here.
Ms. Flores says everyone suffers from mental health in one aspect or another, which is true.
That's true.
I do believe in taking mental health days, and I like jobs that let you get those mental health
what job
days.
is that?
I'm just saying.
I was just gonna say
because
I need some mental health days right now, but I ain't getting them motherfuckers.
I think that still falls under your sick time.
You have
I got floating holidays and they won't give it to me. I'm like, God damn.
I need them now.
You having mental health problems? Go ahead and do this double.
Doubling back.
Work it out.
Q said talking to yourself is a trauma response to not feeling like you have a safe a self space to express yourself to others.
I disagree.
I disagree with that
I
too.
disagree with that too.
I don't know.
Yeah, I disagree with that. I don't think it's.
I think it's
like,
a trauma.
Like I said, it's always, you can't always think it's a trauma response, because I have conversations with myself daily. And then sometimes those conversations get a little bit too much.
Exactly.
Do they?
But
get dark?
I think sometimes when you're talking to yourself, you saying shit that you're not supposed to be saying.
Right. Because what I'm talking about,
like, that's inappropriate. That's not an appropriate conversation.
That's
that you can have with the person. You know what I'm saying?
So like a conversation I had with
I
myself.
actually kind of agree with her.
I might be saying, "Oh, this bitch, mother," you know what I'm saying, to myself, but it's just something I can't say. You know what I'm saying, to the person that I'm.
What about per person? Like, per person basis? Because I kind of feel what she's saying. I feel like the reason that sometimes I do have these conversations because I really don't have a space. I do, but I choose not to use that space, right? You know what I'm saying?
Beta likes
To-
Yeah.
candles.
Do you feel like you can talk
Beta
to
likes
your mom
candles
about
to
everything?
talk to, so.
You said your mom is your safe space. Do you?
My
feel
mom
like
is my safe space. I talk to her about a lot of things, but I also know that she dealing with her own ailments. You know what I'm saying? So I can't add stress.
Question. Do you think you talk to your mom about those things because she won't weaponize them against you?
Not my mom.
Nah, my mama not gonna.
Well, we know.
My mama not.
My mom is gonna turn that and
She not gonna turn nothing. She
arsenal.
not gonna.
Motherfucker, see you next week and shit. What's that backpack? Coming out with shotguns and shit. Remember you said, I got your ass out there. And this for Don too.
Take Veronica's comment. We catching up, y'all. We catching up.
Veronica says, I agree. Some just need medication and some can get through their mental hardship on their own. I guess it depends on what they're defining their mental health issue as.
Do you think you got to get like you know how you got to bring like a doctor's note? You know what I'm saying?
No.
Do you think you got to bring like a therapist?
So
note
No, not anymore.
Just real quick, V.
No.
When you say they, do you mean the actual person or the help define what their mental issue is? Because I don't know if can we speak on what our mental issues are? You know,
Where
should it be from a professional?
You
to
can
say that this is what this is. This or
No,
can you,
professional.
I don't think a professional can tell you everything it is to know about
Right,
you.
but can you
with
call
firsthand?
No, but a professional is an objective person.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that person you sit down and you can bear it all out and you're not judged or you're not, but they can kind of reflect with you and help you understand and compartmentalize your thoughts. Mm-hmm. So that's what a professional is. They there to really listen and be your safe space.
Yeah, and a lot of times they just plug some shit that you didn't said into a computer and it tells them what to say.
That's probably true.
And
take Lorraine's comment.
That's probably true. Growing up, I experienced a lot of people turn to self-medicating because of the stigma of getting professional help. Because, like, you know, well, just come from a Black community and stuff like that. They always rag on you, you know, if you have to get help. You know, I came up through DCFS and I had a therapist. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah, that's that. Like I say, that went being, you know, back during that time. If you told us you had a therapist, for one, we wouldn't have known what
I remember
him
saying he had a therapist.
I didn't know what he was saying. I just was like, all right, you know, you coming outside.
And it was just therapist because I was going through that process. It wasn't a therapist because, you know, you acting out as a child.
I think we asked like how she looked.
She was white and she fine. But I think just growing up, a lot of people turning to self-medicating is because they don't know how to answer what was ailing them, and they trying to suppress. And I don't think that's right to try to suppress. Get out there and talk to people. I mean,
run towards it.
You're gonna find a lot of people have the same issues that you have, man.
I agree that we try to suppress, but it's the stigma is what we were really, you know, what's the real problem? It's not it's the image of getting help. It's the image that you even have.
Yeah,
I don't know what Reese gonna say if I told him a certain thing,
right?
And that's what
I think he gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I don't know what Don gonna say. It's just what I feel like he would say, and I'll be afraid of that because of what I feel. But it's not necessarily knowing that I can't talk to Don or Reese or Isaiah or Pat. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Because at a point where you're gonna weaponize it as a joke.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's what we're scared of. We're gonna weaponize it as a joke.
I'm pretty sure it's a lot of things that we all did.
No, it's your fault.
We've all been.
Should have never let you in.
that we have all. I'm pretty sure
this motherfucker make fun of everything.
I got a therapist.
You got a therapist?
What she look like?
Yo, crazy ass. She got a big booty.
We was cracking jokes at
never let him in.
Funeral. That Pat funeral.
But fucking horrible, man.
Never let him in.
But I think that was my bass though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
To crack the shit I go through, I just crack jokes about. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing.
I guess that's my way of trying to just get over it. You know what I'm saying? It's just to be funny about it, try to be as funny as I possibly can about it, try to smile about it.
Do you feel like that's a segment of suppressing?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. That's piggybacking off of what Veronica said. Like that wasn't the norm.
Yep.
As you know, when we were younger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's different. It's different.
It's totally different.
Totally different now.
You know what I mean?
Motherfuckers
Like
jumping in therapy and they don't even need that shit.
People way
Man, we
more
got a lot of
open
shit.
now.
All right, let's go to
Ooh,
these
shit.
to these
Yeah,
conversations.
it's been happening. So, Lorraine, facts. I don't remember ever seeing my mom cry.
Ooh.
She internalized a lot, and I picked up on that trait. So,
Damn,
Lorraine, do you
I
think
agree,
you
Lorraine.
I agree.
internalize
I see my
something
mom
now?
cry either.
But
Now
that's
that I think
until
about it.
late though. No, when I got older, like now, I see my mom
Oh
cry.
yeah.
But as I was a kid,
Never,
she
right?
would never cry for me.
Man,
I mean, not
never.
for me, but she
Nah.
would never like show
Yeah.
weakness.
Nah.
Yeah.
Now I've never seen nobody cry. Mom.
Damn.
Now I've seen my mom cry a ton. Just even older, even my dad.
You know what? Me and my friends, Eric and Preston, they not on here, but
What
we can't.
friends?
They my friends.
We are your friends.
They're my accountability buddies. But yeah, we came up with these. So it started from like it was called The Ugly Cry. We found a movie that was like fucking really sappy or something like that, and we ugly cried, taking pictures of it and like roasted each other doing it. But it actually became something that was really cleansing. Like like man, we'd call each other, "Did you ugly cry? How's your mental health?
What you cry over?
Fault of Our Stars.
Who?
Fault in Our Stars.
That's a movie.
Yes.
Oh.
It's about 2 cancer patients.
I would have cried too because you told me to watch that shit.
It's really good though. No, but
let's get to V.
Yeah, it's really
I don't
good,
know what that is.
check out Fault in Our Stars, man. Like it's a really good movie.
Yeah, everyone in the 80s and 90s for sure. That was not what we talked about.
Nah.
Definitely.
not.
Ms. Flores, I agree with you. We're creating safe spaces now to talk about our mental health.
Exactly.
Yes, we are. I think we're respecting each other a little bit more too.
Mhm.
It's not like we didn't in the past. It was just now we like I wouldn't have a conversation with Veda that I don't feel like I'm qualified to comment on. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll listen, and if he asks a question, I'll be like, oh well, all right, cool. You know what I mean? But that's if I didn't know you. You know what I'm saying? I'm speaking as if I didn't know you. You know what I'm saying? But like when you know somebody, you kind of trust them with that information. So
yeah, I think now, so we should, even if we don't have the qualified answer anything, I think we just need to listen.
Yeah. Because if they opening up, they may be searching you for that. Yeah, facts. V, for us, you were considered weak.
Oh hell yeah!
Cried and felt emotions about anything.
I don't even care no more.
Especially
I cry once a month now. Like, I don't even care.
I don't remember the last time I cried.
Water Machine, what up?
Kobe.
I cry once a month.
That's not weird.
I cry every time I see Kobe.
I'm lying. My grandmother. Yeah.
So you shouldn't cry for.
I cry watching Legacy. The Lakers legacy.
Legacy.
Yeah.
Showtime.
It's so weird.
What's the color foots?
Take that one. V.
But in the flip side, okay.
Go ahead. You got it.
But on the flip side, I feel that the kids today want to talk too much and are not super soft. Nah, I think this. Yeah.
I think we got to encourage that more.
Yeah.
They
He
need
on
to
my
express
son don't say
themselves.
shit. No, that's not. He ain't telling me nothing. He ain't telling me
They're like, no, I'm straight, Dad.
I really think he
I'm about to
created
play
a
a
bomb to blow his fucking mama up. But he ain't gonna tell me. He don't know I'm on his side.
He's just gonna be in Chicago.
That
come get
I
me.
want to say that is
Mom's
probably
gone.
the best comment right there. She plugged the show. Hey,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got the corny white chair. Get your corny white chair.
That's true, man.
Moving right along. We definitely do have to be better listeners. We just said that.
Yeah. Wait, who got to be better listeners?
No, she was just saying
we
Us
rank.
individually.
I'm saying women
Here we go.
have to be better listeners.
You're an
They do.
aggressor.
We're gonna wait till the end because
Okay.
they coming for you.
Who, me?
Oh,
Antonio is my safe space.
go ahead.
That's because we had a
Three-
4-hour conversation
3
last Sunday.
heart-faced emojis.
Oh.
That's my homie. That's about 18 years. Right now.
Snuggle
Sure,
grinny.
buddy. You'll tell us off the air.
I did not smash.
I go to my therapist for a safe
That one I
space.
did not smash.
Lorraine
I'm not
said
Maybe I
even
need
say
to see one. Maybe I need to invest in.
In a therapist?
Yeah.
I got you, B. I'll be a therapist.
Yeah.
He's a
Hey, people, guess what? Y'all should check y'all HR resources pages. They offering free shit. I know you're an entrepreneur, so
Yeah.
but as an entrepreneur, you probably get some options for that as
the
well.
state.
Yeah,
They
the
give
state
us
should.
health benefits now.
Okay, so you should check that because
Yeah.
you get like probably at least about 5 to 6 sessions, free sessions.
Bet.
So you can
Taking
check that. Look into y'all HR page. They are offering that.
Yeah, go to your jobs. Do the
What's SLD?
EAP.
I don't know what SLD.
Well,
is.
student
Veronica
learning
says
disabilities.
SSI was for students with
Learning disability.
I guess.
Oh yeah, LD.
slow.
What's it? Oh,
Was it? What does it stand for? What did SLD
I
stand
thought it
for?
stand for learning disability.
I
That's what
remember
thought
it.
it
Yeah,
LD
but what's
was-
the S?
Student.
was.
Student learning disability.
I don't know.
School.
V, tell us what SLD is.
Yeah,
All right,
fill us
go
in,
ahead.
V. Moving right along, and physical disability.
Physical
Yep.
disability.
Miss Flores, I get mental health days in my work. See, I told you.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
I'm in
saying?
social service.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
needing. a
Oh yeah,
serious
you going?
need
Yeah.
I need
social
them.
services.
We
Jeez.
need to get some physical health days in our shit too.
Y'all
that.
do a
Petition for
lot.
that shit. Go to
Nah,
your
well,
fucking
we
H-
need some mental health days.
Yeah, go to HR.
I
shit.
believe in taking mental health days to get my mind right, and also I skipped over.
Yes,
them.
we're reading the ones
I
on
will also
for the people that are listening
say
and
as
not
someone-
watching.
Florida
Water
says,
machine.
I will also say, as someone in the helping profession, you are everyone's safe space, but few people or places are yours. Yeah.
Yeah, that's called compassion injury.
And crazy enough,
Sometimes
People
you
open
get
up to you
complacent.
when you
You
ride
get
on the bus.
complacent at just being someone that's just
Yeah, it's
being
called,
a safe space.
yeah, that's called compassion injury. You
Mm.
know, so vicarious trauma.
We're always here for you, Osiris.
So this is a question. Do you believe your work family can be just as effective as your friends and actual family?
They
I
can
think,
be.
I think it's per person. I mean, you know,
Well, that's
the
what I'm saying.
individual.
Per our experience, do you think your, and not current, I'm just talking all encompassing, like has your work family ever been
no.
effective?
I think for
Yeah,
me,
I
because
think
I work in
sometimes,
an
yeah.
office setting.
I
No.
know I've kept
I've-
friends that still my
Yeah.
friends.
I've talked to older men.
I have too.
That,
Yeah.
like about
Yeah.
marriage and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Just talking to them about certain situations, and they listen and give good advice.
so they were effective.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but not.
And you work with them long
okay.
times. They're gonna get to know you over time.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, okay, I guess.
You spending 40
What about
hours
you,
of your
Vader? I
life with
mean, you be on a bus most of the time, and you pull in. Do you like have
Talk
time
about
to
the
wait too?
crackheads or nothing on the bus.
No, for sure. No, I mean, people.
For sure. Talked about all the crackheads.
Yeah, no. People open up to you a lot more than you would think. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
About their problems and
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
do.
Things of that nature. They'll sit up
Complete
there,
strangers
just stand
want
up
that
there and they
better.
just talk. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you're not in the space for it, right?
Yeah,
But you don't want to send that bad energy back into the bus
Right.
because it could, you know,
I like that, baby.
bounce around.
ask
and-
a cashier how their day is, and watch how much shit they say.
yeah.
That's if
And
they
you
don't
just
already
listen,
have
just
them.
listen and talk.
Man.
A
Give you
cashier
a best-
getting beat
you know
up.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even some of the old heads at work though, they can tell when you had a hard day, you're
Yeah.
having a rough week. They'll look right in your face, man. They'll be like, "Just keep coming, bro. Little bro, just keep coming. Just
Yeah.
keep coming." That's what they'll tell you. Let's just keep
She
coming. They
said
can
that
see it
too,
on your
this-
face, huh?
Let's get to Woody Machine. For our viewers, this has been a long-term distant brother of ours, Tremaine Davis. You know what I'm saying? We,
Foots.
you know, watched him grow up from how old was Foots when we met him?
Shit.
Busses ain't
He was
nothing like
like
2
40,
years
wasn't
younger than
Yeah,
us.
he's like 2 years old.
He was like 40 when I met him.
Shit, he was like
40.
Yeah.
he was a little big
This is the
brother.
shit we talking about. You gonna say this man was 40?
Read Foot's
Foots been
comment.
around for a long time.
Yeah, read Foot's comment.
I got you, Foots. I believe taking mental days to get my mind right, but also going to work is also a safe space for me because you can focus on your mental. You can think about where you want to be in life and be cool, calm, and collective, and not let anything bother you. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that, Foots. Yeah,
Sometimes
absolutely
work
do.
is a
Yep.
getaway.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
You know what I
fact.
mean?
Spend so much time there. Shit.
That's true.
I was responding to what?
I'm not.
Okay.
How do you pronounce your name?
I
Just
think it's
Yeah.
Osiris.
Yeah.
A series.
A
A
series?
we're gonna call her Miss Flores.
Yeah, I
That's
was
what I
gonna
say,
say
call
calling
her
her Flores.
Call her O. That's a,
Oh.
that's a nickname.
Oh,
O.
that's-
Oh.
Foots also
And
said,
gaming,
at home,
speaking
my
of-
safe space is cooking and listening to music and gaming and speaking on important things with the wifey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know,
Yeah,
home is
hopefully
home is
these women, making it a safe space for their men. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And hopefully men
comfort.
are doing the same thing.
Veronica, it is more of admitting you have a problem. Yeah. And mental health is considered a disease you can control.
Yeah.
Is it a disease?
It was considered a disease up until like 1975.
Oh, Is it,
Was it a disease in 19? Or they didn't think it existed or some shit like that?
Where are we at with it now?
Yeah, I don't think it's a disease.
I
Is
think
it
they
just an
said-
issue?
I think it's just human.
Mental health issues, or illness? Should I say? Is it an illness? now?
illness?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say more illness.
I think it was considered a disease
ill?
up until
I
1975.
don't think it's a
Like
I don't think it's-
even if it's just
I think it's just
something that you just need to talk
just
about.
being human, bro. You
Well,
just
I
have
think
a problem.
just like an illness, right? So if you catch a cold,
Right.
you ill for right now, but you will get better. You see what
Can
I'm
be
saying?
patched up
I
and
like
get better.
okay.
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
Like
yeah.
a disease,
I like that.
I feel like ain't no coming back from that.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it was considered a disease up until 1975.
All right, OF. O.
A series on O. This O.
The Fault in Our Stars had me falling my eyes.
I'm telling y'all,
Fact.
go see that
Back
movie. Y'all should watch that movie.
Who's
man.
in it?
What?
Who in it? Who in it?
What's his name? Augustus.
Don't know him.
Damn, he the white.
Augustus Georgia?
If he ain't played Wolverine, I don't know that motherfucker.
A picture for the diamond.
Y'all need to check that fucking movie out. man.
Wait. We keeping it player, right? So that's the name of the movie.
Falling Out Stars.
Okay, so that
Group
had
project.
you crying. The movie that had me crying, swear to God, and even still to this day, Armageddon.
Armageddon.
Yeah,
Armageddon.
Armageddon was
Yeah,
something.
man.
I ain't cried to it, but
When he was getting on that rocket and
Talking to his daughter.
yeah, man, it
Nope.
catch you. It catch you.
Nah, the episode
The
of
dinosaur.
Okay. I mean,
the
everybody
episode
got
of the
their
Fresh
own.
Prince when his dad was
Look,
leaving.
thanks for joining the club.
That was
Thanks for
the only
joining the
thing that made me
club.
cry.
I had to even now. You know what I'm saying? Like we can watch it
Yeah,
now.
check-
It's like at that part. for sure.
I'm gonna go home and watch and see if I cry.
I'm telling you.
backdraft.
Just-
Backdraft make you cry.
That didn't make me cry, but I felt
Admit it.
something.
Admit
felt-
it. It's a safe
felt-
place.
he
It's
felt
a
the
safe
mist in the air.
place.
I don't feel safe around you, motherfucker.
You gonna tear that ass up off the couch.
I didn't cry that. I had sex.
Better not.
I had
Better
sex
not.
to backdraft.
Come on, Amber, man.
He said background. He had sex to background.
That was the wrong backdraft.
No, that's what I was saying.
I was burning too.
You was burning
He was
too.
burning
What
afterwards.
are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Hey,
Oh
man.
shit! Oh, help this man, please.
No,
Oh,
Backdraft
man.
was a sad movie, man.
I need a
Kurt
mental
Russell
health
died in that
day.
fucking bill.
It was. I had
Yeah,
to
exactly.
rewatch it.
I'm gonna need a mental health day after this.
Oh shit! He said. Backshot draft.
O said sometimes people just need to vent and be heard. I think that's everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree. 100%, man.
Amber K, hey, thanks for chiming in.
Whatever.
Let's see what did she say?
She said, I just cried last week.
bro.
Broski Isaiah, I'll tell you about it later.
Oh,
I'm here for you. Safe space.
Safe
Uncle
space.
Grandpa.
Here's a safe space.
it's the pastel colors. That's
What's
why.
safe space?
Yeah.
You gonna give us some backdraft?
What space? Yeah, what safe space you going in?
Backshot your ass.
What safe space you gonna be in? All right.
Yeah.
Tell you about it later.
You guys are
Yeah,
In a
horrible.
safe space. All right.
We can edit that out. Don't
So-
worry.
sorry, we edited that out.
LJ Lorraine Johnson says, I tried to make a habit out of asking people close to me, how are you feeling today? Yep, because it's hard out here. Some won't come to you, but they will open up if you show genuine interest. Yeah, that's
Do you
true.
think so?
Yes.
I just want to ask, when you ask that question, how they feeling today? Do they be on? They be like, I feel good, or actual conversation?
Some
happens?
people have a pack. Some people have an actual conversation about
Yeah.
it. Man.
Well, I think
So I try to.
I'm with you on that one.
'Cause I
Like,
tried to-
how would you say that? Like Isaiah, how you feeling today? Oh, I feel fine. You know what I mean? But
How you
what
really
Kate-
feeling?
yeah, what cadence
cool.
do you use to
Yeah.
let them know that? You know what I'm saying?
Because I usually ask like, how's your mental health?
Okay.
They get mad.
They
They just get mad.
That's like
at
a
that.
wall, like
that's like
Yeah.
yeah, but I don't know. I think it's more or less
because
just- I think it's-
everybody consider mental as being crazy.
Yeah, but I
That's
think
what's like
you can
the
ask
problem.
that question and get a different response
Yeah.
by eye contact, by gestures. You know,
I think it's a
Right.
fear thing that
You
keep
know,
people from
things of that nature.
answering
you know,
that
just be
honestly.
like, yo,
no.
so how was your day? You know, you over here doing this, and I'm
Mhm.
Right.
reading something. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like, oh, it was good, it was straight. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Whatever
I
the case
get
may
you, I
be,
get you, yeah.
it's gonna have to be some sort of interact face to face. You
Mhm.
know, eye contact kind of thing, just to kind of gauge the energy in which in which the question was asked.
I was just skipping ahead. O said she don't think mental health is a disease. You know what I'm saying? It's something we all live with, which is true. And Amber was replying. She said, "Employee
EAP.
assistant program."
Yeah.
Okay. Severe learning disability. Thank you.
Severe
Learning
learning
disability.
disability.
Okay. All right.
I think I had that.
You get like 5
Exactly.
therapy sessions.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's true.
Thanks, Amber.
Go to your HR. Go to your HR and then
Oh,
petition
employee.
for
Oh,
it.
that's the name of it. Employee assistant. Okay, gotcha.
Yep. Amber K. Isaiah.
But my therapist looks stressed out her damn self. So.
Yeah.
Hey, let me be real with y'all.
Hey, look, it's
Therapists have therapists. Y'all know that, right?
Yes,
Therapists have therapists.
for sure. I know that for a fact.
So they do be stressed out because of compassion injury. They be getting hit with so much information from people, they don't know how to process their own lives.
Yeah, 8 people for definitely. Certain diagnoses, this is for Veronica Facebook. Certain diagnoses are considered mental health diseases.
That is true.
Schizophrenia is one.
Schizophrenia, there we go. Because I was just gonna skip right over that word.
So I jumped in.
So
6th grade, my boy.
He got you, my guy.
6th grade.
That's not how you spell Schwarzenegger.
Let's see here. Going back, I used to get cussed out at BP.
I don't even.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I wonder
BP.
who that could have been.
BP was rough. BP was rough.
Stressing people out. Shit.
No, she ain't talking about me. She talking about the damn customers.
I believe
I ain't
you.
cussed nobody up.
Yeah,
Yet.
you did.
Lorraine, I had some therapy
Therapy
sessions.
Yeah.
I love my coworkers.
Yeah, they
like I
do.
say,
They do, man.
I do
Yeah.
believe your coworkers.
You get a group of people, man. They
yeah,
they
for
are.
sure.
They stick with you.
Yep.
Yeah,
It
Shit,
depends.
Not mine.
I haven't ran into none yet.
Yeah, not
Well,
mine either.
You don't have
yours is mostly Dolo.
Yeah, you don't have like
We worked at Little Caesars
Yeah,
together.
you don't have people that you gotta be around. You don't work in a team
Still
environment.
nothing, huh? Giano's, nothing.
Mm.
You had a friend there who worked with you.
He got me fired.
You got me fired. I was a light skinned nigga.
Colorism at work.
Colorism at
They
work.
took the 2 colors and then got rid of that. It was colorism, all right.
It's only room for one.
Hey, sis, what's going on? This is La Janice Rodney.
Janice. That's a beautiful
Rodney.
name.
From she's in
Hello, bro.
Iowa. You know what I'm saying? Go Hawkeyes. You know what I'm saying?
We are standing the borders. I love it.
Hello, my brother. Many jobs have EAP, employee assistance programs. Many think that is 6. Many think it's 6 free visits per year, but it could be 6 visits per issue.
Exactly. That's true.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh.
because a lot of because my job partners with Be Well, so each issue you get 5.
Wow.
Each issue you
Did
get
you read
5.
the next part though? They say space and they don't report
Report to your job.
Yeah, they don't.
They because
I mean, yeah, it's the
HIPAA.
Yeah.
Gotta be under
Yeah.
the HIPAA.
But they should. But
it's-
some should.
It-
Police
it-
officers, they should probably
Now,
know.
if
It's
you
not
know-
about
if
killing
it-
life.
It's
If you
still
saying-
business
yeah.
related. Think about it like that.
If he go in there and he say the N word, I had to deal with these N today.
Yeah,
You might want to
exactly.
report that to the captain.
It's still business related. So you gotta watch it.
Okay. Oh,
That's how you pronounce her name. OCDs.
OCD.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay. Oh,
I thought you were saying you had an OCD. You said OCD. Like, too, then you know.
He did outside of the space.
OCD.
sorry,
I like
Did
that.
she say that?
Yeah, it's like OCDs.
OCDs.
Yeah.
That sounds
That's
rich.
beautiful.
that sounds.
Yeah, that
Don't it
sound like
that
Greek.
That
How
sounds
we just
exactly
skip
like
over the-
what's the
R,
name?
300.
Fife. God of War.
Yeah, that's
Nah,
OCDs.
What up?
we like that.
Next.
Yeah. How? The R though.
I thought we read that already.
Yeah. Somebody else said it. Lorraine. It's definitely a disease. People struggling with it. Yes, it is definitely a disease. People struggling with depression, bipolar disorder, etc. Their whole life, and will need to be on medication for the entirety of their life.
Yeah.
Now,
The depression is a slippery slope.
yeah, it kind of is. I mean, because you can be depressed for
a
a
day.
few hours, a few days, a
Right.
few weeks. You know what I'm saying? It kind of depends. And then I think with depression, it keeps escalating the more you compartmentalize, the more
yeah.
you don't express the more you can't find that safe space.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it just grows and grows and grows. Now, as
Mm.
far as bipolar, to be honest with you, I don't know a whole lot about it. You know what I'm saying?
Why,
Like,
you're a Gemini.
I mean, but that's normal.
Yeah, Gemini too, Reese.
Well, you don't know the
Bipolar is normal.
bipolar.
He said that already.
Yeah, you're a little bipolar.
But
Are we bipolar?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
bipolar is all right. It's totally all right. Everybody should get one.
Yeah.
So Veronica, again, my adoptive son has schizophrenia, and he will have
schizoaffective.
effectiveness. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm sorry, V. And he will have this for the rest of his life. Schizoaffective.
What is that, B?
I don't.
So,
Back?
so that's when he's just gonna probably. It's like a sense of warping reality for him.
Okay.
So it can vary in his actions. It can vary in hallucinations and things like that.
Mm,
So
Okay.
he can get really aggressive.
Hmm.
okay.
But I don't know what he does in her. We talked about it before,
Right.
but I don't know what he do. But he do take medicine for it.
Well, he got the right mama to as a support.
Oh, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
V, back again. You gotta read that out.
I only ask certain people how they feel and genuinely mean it. Everyone else is, hey, are you? Oh, how are you? With
Yeah.
the same generic
Generic response,
response.
yeah.
Good and you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because people don't know how to. They don't know how to respond.
they
Be a
haven't
Gemini.
made
I can
haven't
see
made
that.
it to another level. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not qualified to get how am I doing right now? You know what I mean? That's why that response is like that. Because if you could really mean it, you know what I'm saying? Or somebody could really not mean it, but then you can really unload on
Oh
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Some people
saying?
don't give a fuck about how you are. They just saying that
They
as a
just
form
feel
of
like they
saying
have
hello.
to say
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
Formalities.
You really don't give a fuck how I'm doing.
Lorraine says clinical depression. I shall say clinical depression. I don't.
She was talking about the other comment up there.
Okay. Gemini gang, bang.
Goddamn,
bang.
all these damn
Yeah, we all
Geminis.
know.
You only missed it by a few hours.
What is his actions then? V, what do you do?
Yep. Let us know. June 20th. Okay, that's what's up. Well, I mean,
Yeah, I don't care about you June 20th.
I mean,
There ain't no
nobody.
such thing as a cuffs. You either a Gemini or you're a Cancer. We don't-
You a Gemini,
we don't
B.
want you.
I'm
Get
a
over there.
16.
No one wants cancer.
You don't want to be a Cancer.
I'm a June Cancer. Nobody want to be a July Cancer.
I'm a
They
July
pieces of
Cancer.
shit.
I'm the only
Right.
Virgo on this show,
This is true.
Yeah.
and I'm very important, so it don't matter.
Your birthday coming up too.
You say you a what, V?
A July Cancer.
Yeah, we cut his mic for that. We didn't
That's all right.
but no. So like I
July.
said,
Yeah, July Cancer.
You all on my mic, V.
so for like I say, this has been super interesting. Miss Jackson gave us a hellified loaded question.
Mm.
I appreciate that.
Yes, thank you.
Mental health in our culture is definitely something. I mean, now it's taken a lot more seriously. You know what I mean? More so than we've ever seen it. You know what I mean? Like I say, we even talk more about stuff like that. Again, like you say, we've always kind of had conversations. It's just now, we put this together because we felt like our class of men, fathers, black men wasn't represented on no podcast. Like we was talking earlier, like if Diddy did a podcast, you'd watch it because it's Diddy. You know what I'm saying? But by us just being regular guys, fathers, things of that nature, we got an opinion too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I guess we are creating a safe space because, I mean, we got a lot of people chiming in. You know what I'm saying? I wish we had more than just Foots as far as like, male representation.
Yeah, we do need some more male
You know
representation,
what I'm
man.
saying? Just to, keep it real. You know what I mean?
I mean, we can hold it down by ourselves.
Oh, yeah. You know how it is. You know what I mean?
Supposed to be our opinions versus the world.
But yeah. So final thoughts on anything, Pat?
Hey, Trina.
V, I was right. God damn it. I wasn't incorrect. It says here it's a combination of symptoms of schizophrenia and mood disorders, such as depression and bipolar disorders. So, yeah, it could be his mood. You can get aggressive and all that other stuff. Oh, she gonna
She said she want to verbally
tell
define
me.
it.
She's gonna tell me tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely.
Probably call me tonight and yell at me.
It's possible.
Yeah, but yeah, my final thought is a couple of things. We talked about colorism amongst Black men. I never really thought about that topic and see how it affected me, but when I really kind of dive into it and really think about it in a low level sense, it does affect us. You know, in the workplace, probably the perception of the world, and like how I feel, like how we represent it in the media and stuff like that. But again, it's not something that's impacting me to a point with my mental health that I don't appreciate, you know, my representation. And then also with just mental health, talk to people. Go out there and use those EAPs. Go out there and sit down with a therapist and, you know, have those discussions and stuff like that and get that stuff off your chest. Find that one friend that's going to be a safe space for you, and y'all be a sounding board, and also, you know, talk to them. Don't weaponize any of the information that you receive, because that's like when people being vulnerable, man, and if you weaponize anything, you would never gain any trust back and stuff like that. But that's all I got.
Yeah, I just appreciate the union because it is like a small conduit between, you know, problem and solution. I just feel like it's people know about it, but ain't nobody really doing shit about it. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, you know, that's what, to me, that's the difference between then and now, is that now people know about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everyone knows about it, but nobody really doing shit about it. And I feel like that's what we got to work on more. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's what we're trying to do here. We just need more people to listen, like Pac-Man said, listen, and you know what I'm saying? And we need a lot more people, not only just to listen, but people that's not afraid to speak on it. So.
And for the colorism?
Colorism, I don't know, man. I guess that goes into it too. Like, you know, if people have an issue with it, then, you know, they need to speak on colorism as well. Like I've never really dealt with it, you know what I'm saying? So I really don't know, even with my kids, and I told you they all different colors as well, but I've never really had any issues, you know what I'm saying, with that color, with the color of their skin. So it's not too much, you know, I haven't had too much experience on it.
Okay. See?
As far as colorism, I mean, from pastel to absence of color, it's always gonna be one love. So, you know what I mean? That's just simple and plain. You just gotta be caring to each other. See past color and to the person. You know what I mean? And as far as mental health, don't be afraid to speak out. You know what I mean? Make sure you heard, and always be an ear to somebody else that you can tell is in need, and just need somebody to be their ear. You know what I mean? Lend the ear to a friend and be always there. Be proactive to people you see that, you know what I mean, leaning towards a way of depression or chronic depression or whatever it may be. You know what I mean? You might know something or have some sort of insight to brighten up a day, or, you know what I mean, helping them get out of a situation. So, you know what I mean, always be there for someone else that you want to be there for you.
It's like V.
As far as mental health, I just think that pretty much everybody wrapped it up. Just continue the trend of saying, you know, just make sure you speak on it. Find a safe person that you can speak to. Don't be afraid. Don't answer the question before you ask it. You know,
that was good.
So just, you know, kind of just, you know, just give it a try, right? Because we're not even giving it a try in our community. Just give it a try, you know. So that's what I have for the mental health. As far as colorism, it's I'll do my best not to, but I know some things are already embedded in me.
Yeah,
you know. So that's something that's kind of new, that's been opening my eyes or whatnot to it. So I just, you know, try to let go of those falsities that we have, and you know, try to look at things as a bigger picture, and let go of some of the stigmas that society has put on us.
Yeah,
as far as colorism, and yeah, that's what I got.
For me, with colorism, like I say, I recall liking light skin at a, you know, very young age, but then as I grew up, it didn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Light skin, dark skin. It didn't really matter for me. You know what I'm saying? Because if you were what I perceived to be beautiful, it, you know, could have been an avatar. It doesn't, you know, tall, blue motherfucker. Oof. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I like I say I'm with Reese on that one. Like I don't think I deal too much with that now that I'm aware of, I would say. And then as far as like mental health, personally, I think people should take a step back, realize that in some cases you're lying to yourself. You know what I'm saying? And you believe in your own lie, whatever it may be. And that's probably the first step into admitting certain things that may be, like you said, a embedded problem. You know what I'm saying? Or a problem that you're compartmentalizing from long-term, you know, abuse, stress, you know, things of that nature. Just take a step back and just realize, like, you know what, yo, I really don't fuck with that. You know what I'm saying? Let me, you know, try to deal with that. And then when you feel confident enough to admit that you're having difficulties, then you try to find that safe space. Then you try to, you know, maybe vent to somebody, you know what I'm saying, a therapist, anything like that. But I think I think admitting that, you know, you haven't told yourself the truth is a start. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. You know what I mean? I think once you stop believing your own bullshit and then start checking yourself on certain things, you know, you'll start getting to know yourself better. So I think, like I say, with mental health, it kind of starts with you. When you're ready to start, you know, it's never too late. You know what I mean? That's what I think.
I love it. I love that.
So with that said, people, you know what I'm saying? This has been the Union Podcast. We're trying to get better every week. You know what I'm saying? We've added some sound just so y'all can hear us. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully tonight was enjoyable. We want to thank you for tuning in on your very busy Sunday night.
Don't be afraid to chime in if you see something
chime
that
in.
we think we could do better.
Yes,
Yep,
please.
please.
Tips.
We need it
You know,
all.
give us tips. You know
Send
what
it to
I'm
the
saying?
message.
From
Send the message.
Pac-Man, Veda, Isaiah, Reese, and Don, we thank you. And
July Cancer Union Podcast, we out.
I hear
Virgo.
July cancers are terrible.
Virgo.
July cancers are terrible.
Roll Tide.
Gemini.